Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm joined by Matt Giggs, superstar estate agent and all-round estate agency guru. Thanks for joining me today, Matt. How do estate agents stand out in a crowded marketplace? Talk to me.
Well, so estate agents, how many estate agents are opening up right now?
Oh, loads,
Or in
mate.
the last 3 or 4 years?
I mean, to give you some numbers, I think at the moment they reckon there's 23,000 estate agents. Roll the clock, 15 years, it was 9.5.
Bloody hell. Well, 10 years ago, I was just about to launch Giggs & Co, my first estate agency. And the biggest dilemma I had at the time was, how do I stand out in the market? In fact, my old MD was like, well, you're making a massive mistake. You know, we've got this many portals that we advertise on. How are you going to be different to the rest of the marketplace? And my response was a little bit like, oh, God, I said, I don't know, but I think it's because it's going to be me. I'll be the one that will stand out, you know?
Because there's plenty of agents that think that, don't they?
Absolutely. Well, one of the best jobs you made me do is to go and do some, what was the thing you do? When you go and visit estate agencies, mystery shop. So I was doing some mystery shops. Done 19 out of 19 estate agents. I walked into, I think it was 1 out of 19 offered me a cup of tea. The rest pretty much did not engage with me at the first impression. For that first moment they met me as a proceedable buyer walking into their estate agency, I didn't get the sense that people were looking to try and really help me and what I needed.
Did it almost feel that you were almost interrupting their day?
It was weird. Because I'd been away from the front line for 10 years, it was like going back and actually thinking, crikey, you know, I'm walking into an estate agent pretending to be a customer. I'm a proceedable buyer. They don't know who I am. And I just felt like I was a bit of a nuisance, if you like. So this really made me believe that I was just about to do the right thing. And that was to make a difference in every single phone call that you can have, every single interaction that you make, whether it's email, whether you're meeting somebody, whether you're going to be walking down the street, getting a coffee from a shop. You are the difference, and how you make that difference is how you stand out in your market. So what I did is I completely obsessed my business and my own personal strengths around, if I was meeting Chris at his house, I really wanted to understand what Chris needs. And that was it. Making sure that my solutions were the best in the market and making sure that I over-communicated and I delivered what a customer really needed.
It's all very good doing that, but it's chicken and the egg situation.
It's getting the customers.
You need to get the customers in the first place.
100%. And that's how I went about it. So when I was in my previous career, I was asking a lot of customers, what did they need? What didn't they like? What would make them go to an estate agent? What would turn them off? You know, and I was really starting to build up content, which allowed me to understand what kind of vision that we needed, which was to actually make sure that you're in the place where your customers are, right? So you're visible. I hadn't been on Facebook before. This was in April 2012. In May, I just joined Facebook. My company had just started. And it was probably one of the best things that I could have done to accelerate the growth.
Because the wonderful thing is that nowadays you now have Facebook and you can put yourself in front of these people.
You can. And look, know, like, trust. That's it.
People do business with people they trust.
They do. If they don't know you, how will they like you? Okay.
And the question is, how do you get someone to know you?
By being in the place that they look at all the time, which is their device. People aren't on this like 4, 5, 6 hours a day. They're on these devices. They're looking for things to watch.
But surely, therefore, the content you put out has to be interesting for them.
Massively. So it's not about, in fact, it was one of the things I would say is our Facebook page for many, many years did not feature house sales or properties that we were trying to sell, if you like. We've probably mixed it up a little bit more in recent years, and that's still a questionable decision. But it was all about the culture. It was all about why we did what we do. And for me, it was jokey, it was relevant, it was professional, it was helpful, it was funny, and that's why people watched it. And to be honest, that mirrored my personal profile page. And actually, as that started to grow, people that I didn't know knew me in the local area for what I did. And actually, it made a big difference. So being in our community was a big way to stand out.
So what you're saying is create great content which is relevant and interesting to the viewer.
Totally.
And that basically we're in the community, so create community content. I know at Gigs & Co you chuck out stuff about where you interview shopkeepers and get involved with shows and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Nothing to do with selling houses, but that's not what it's about, is it?
No. I mean, I've been in the schools, do talks in the schools about personal development. It's got nothing to do with selling a house.
But the parents will watch all that because it's their kid's school, and everyone that sends that kids to that school are your potential homeowners.
Well, the thing is, if you're passionate about something, and I think if you're a really great estate agent, the first thing that you really understand is that estate agency is a vocation. You've got to love estate agency. And this is where the confusing bit is. People think the best estate agents don't work in our industry because they actually think that they have to be this person trying to force people to buy a house or get a mortgage. It's got nothing to do with that at all. If you're great at helping people and you really, really understand that helping people is the secret to being a great estate agent, you will do more helpful content. Where people get blocked on content is they think they have to be someone that they're not. No.
Or try and sell and
or
sell
try and
stuff.
sell. No, don't sell.
No one likes to be sold to, do
No,
they?
but people love to buy. They love to buy people.
Of course they do.
So if you're going to be yourself and you're going to put yourself out there about something that you're passionate about, and if you're all about numbers and stats and smashing down sales and talking down about other agents and how great you are, don't be surprised to get zero engagement. Right? And don't be surprised to attract a certain person or customer to your business, whether it's people to work in it or customers. You're going to attract those kind of people. But if your culture is about helping people and that's your passion, then you've got an opportunity to build a great estate agency, which is what we've done over the last 10 years.
Matt, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.